Hello everyone, hope you all are doing fine. So today again we are back with a new lesson. Here we are going to learn about the task 1 of IELTS general module. Okay, so task 1 is different for general and academics. In general, you need to write letters, whereas in academics, you need to summarize information on bar graphs, charts, processes, and diagrams. So that is for another video. In this video, we will see what is the basic structure of letters, what are the different types of letters, and some of the common vocabularies that can be used to write this. Okay, so let's go one by one. So first you need to see what are the different types, that is in what way, what tone the letters come in. So they are basically three types of letters, okay, three formats of writing a letter, that is formal, informal and semi-formal. However, if you ask me personally, I would suggest you to avoid going for semi-formal, because when you go for semi-formal and you are not clear-cut in your tone, then your task achievement may get affected. Okay, so either be on the formal side or be on the informal side to have a better task achievement and improve your band score. Okay, so formal letter, what is a formal letter? Of course, formal means something related to corporate world, office, professional life, some unknown person, and so on and so forth. Informal letter is to someone whom you know personally, okay? Someone who is close to you, your friend, your family, your kith and kin, your relatives, okay? So this is the main difference. Semi-formal is some person whom you know, but they are from your professional background as well. So if you do not use appropriate language, then it may turn into formal or into informal, which makes it confusing actually, very confusing for the examiner as well as for the writer. So better to keep it away. So either be formal or be informal. Okay, so how much time do you get for your task 1? So you get 20 minutes, okay? 20 minutes. It's more than enough to write a letter because it is a short, sweet, and precise letter writing. So if you know the structure, you will complete it within 20 minutes and you will get 5 minutes to even, proofread your letters. So follow the structure and you are bang on the time, and you have to write minimum 150 words, okay, not less than 150, that is not 149 words, okay, you need to write 151 at least, okay. So the appropriate, or you can say the apt word count for getting a good band score of 7 or 8 is 151 to 192 or 93, okay. That will be more than enough because you are going to answer the question in a very good and precise manner. So do not be too elaborative like an essay, neither be too short like a summarization. Be correct between 151 to 192 or 93 words. And of course, this we will see, okay, so there will be 3 or 4 paragraphs. So each paragraph should be minimum, or you can say approximately 50 words each, okay, approximately 50 words, because some great speaker has said that in IELTS quantity doesn't matter, but the quality of your language does count. So be focused on the quality and not on the quantity. So each paragraph 50 words to 60 words is more than enough. Moving further, let's see what are the different type of task 1 essays. It is not actually essay, it is letter. So let's see. So we have actually 7 types of essays: an apology letter, a complaint letter, a request letter, a letter of explanation when you need to explain something, why you were late, why you didn't attend the party. You are explaining something. So when you are explanatory, when you are putting forth your arguments of not doing something, that is an explanation letter. Letter of application and resignation, that is very simple. When you apply for a job, application letter. When you resign from a post, your resignation letter. Most difficult one, I would say, resignation letter, because no one likes to resign. Okay, next one is a letter to make an arrangement, like a party, uh, arrangement for a birthday party or a convocational party or for a farewell party. Any arrangement that has to be made for a specific day or function, that is an arrangement party. And of course, an invitation letter. Invitation letter is nothing but when you invite someone, either formally or informally, it depends on the occasion. So when you invite someone, that is an invitation letter. A request letter when you are requesting for some information or requesting a leave or requesting for some other gathering needed for your day-to-day life, that is called a request letter. Complaint letter, again, it can be a formal one or informal one. Most of the time, it is formal one. An apology letter when you apologize for someone. Okay, either it is formal, that is apologizing to a manager, apologizing to a person, a neighbor, or apologizing to your family, your parents, your friends. So according to the situation asked in the question, you need to decide the tone. Tone means whether it has to be formal or it has to be informal. Because if it is informal and you write your formal type of letter, then your boom, your task achievement is going way down to 5.5. So be clear that you are clear whether you are writing a formal one or an informal one. Moving ahead, what is the question structure? So to write a very good and to write aptly according to the question, you need to understand the question structure as well. For essays, you need to understand the question, right? Then only you will be able to write appropriately on the topic. In the same way, to write a letter, you need to understand what the question prompt is asking you. So we can construct or we can segregate the question prompt into different parts. Okay, so I would say that there are basically three parts in which you can divide your question prompt. Okay, so part one is the topic, what the question is asking. Part two is the person you must write. Okay, so write a letter to the manager, write a letter to the friend, write a letter to the neighbor. So to whom should you write the letter? That is being said, that is the second part of your letter. Third one is what you should write. That is listed in the three bullet points. Okay, always in every letter form, you will have three bullet points: bullet one, bullet two, bullet two. Okay, so just like your cue card in speaking where you have 3 to 4 bullet points, you will have same type of format in your general writing task 1 of letters as well. You will have 3 bullet points that will say, you should say why you are writing this letter or why you are apologizing, say some solutions, and also invite him for the dinner. So something like this. You will have 3 question prompts in 3 bullet forms. So that is part 3. So a question example, if we take a question, will look something like this. Okay, so let's see how it is. Okay, so the question will start something like this. You are going to attend a 6-week training course at Trinity College, Bristol. You need somewhere to live while you are there. Okay, you need somewhere to live while you are there. So this is the topic. Okay, so you are going to a college and you need to live somewhere. So this is your topic about some accommodation maybe. Okay, moving ahead. Write a letter. Now write a letter to the accommodation officer. So this is your person. This is the purpose. Okay. You have to write a letter to the accommodation officer. Okay. So this is the purpose of your letter. You have to write you have to write a accommodating letter for accommodation to the accommodation officer. Okay, so he is the person you must address in your letter, accommodation officer. And for what is the purpose? for accommodation. You want to live. So this is the purpose, this is the person. And then what are the three topics, three bullet points? This is the first bullet point. Explain your situation and describe the accommodation you require, the type of house, one bedroom, two bedroom, first floor, second floor, what amenities do you need, and all those things. Okay, and when you will need it. So from next month, or from this month, or 1 year lease, or 2 year lease, rented or bought, something like that. Okay, so explanation. So each paragraph will have one bullet point covered. So basically you have one topic sentence, that is the purpose. What is the purpose of your letter? The second part is whom you are writing this letter to. And the third part is what and all you are going to include in your letter. Okay, so what you should write. So it's always better to write what has been asked of you instead of going for an elaborative answer and including each and everything about the person or each and every detail of what you want. That is not needed. Just try to write it because it is only 150 words. Each paragraph is going to be 50 words only. So just write what is needed, what is asked of you. So these are three-part questions. Okay, and you will need to write the structure of letter according to that only. So one, you have topic. So one, next you have whom person you are writing to. Okay, and then you have three bullet points. Okay, so if you look at that, you can divide according to the question structure, your letter structure, into 6 different steps or 6 different parts. So let's see the basic and easy way of remembering the letter structure. So you have to write 6 steps for your letter to get a band 7 plus. The first one, of course, the greeting. Okay, so many of you will think, dear Mr. Singh, dear Mr. John, something like that. Is this a sentence? This is not even a complete sentence. Why should we write this? Greeting and sign-offs, though they are few words, but they are very essential. And if you omit them, then you are going to lose your precious bands in the writing time. Okay, so never underestimate if they are short. They are very powerful. So include or start your letter with these words. Dear. Okay, according to formal or informal, you can change the name. Okay, we will see that later. First, let's see the simple structure. So first, start with the greeting. Dear someone. Next, the paragraph 1 should be the purpose. Why are you writing? I'm writing this letter in order to get an accommodation. I'm writing this letter in order to get an apology. Or I am writing this letter with regards to the invitation that you have sent me. Something like that. Okay. So the first part that we saw for our question structure, the purpose, the topic, that is the first paragraph of your letter. Okay. So the question prompts. First thing, the topic sentence is the paraphrased version you are going to write as your paragraph 1. Next, you have to write paragraph 2 that will cover the first bullet point. Paragraph 3 will have your second bullet point. And paragraph 4 will have the third bullet point. Okay, so totally you need to write 4 paragraphs, each one covering one part of the question prompt. Okay, so question prompt had 5 paragraphs. Okay, the topic sentence, that is your paragraph 1, that is the purpose. The second was with whom you are writing. Okay, that will be also included in the purpose itself. Next, there was 3 bullet points. Okay, why you want the accommodation, from when and what and all something. So all those 3 bullet points in 3 different paragraphs. Okay, you are going to write only 50 words. So just be clear that you just answer the question what has been asked of you and do not go on an elaborative or explanatory manner. This is not an essay. Keep it this in mind. This is not an essay. This is a letter, so be precise. So this is the basic structure. Okay, start with a greeting, write the purpose of the letter along with with whom you are writing, to whom you are writing, and then cover three bullet points in three different paragraphs. However, it is up to you that if you want to include these two in a single paragraph, the first two bullet points in one single paragraph, you can do that as well. Okay, so this is not a complete structure that you should follow only this. No, this is just to help you. All the structures are there to help you to give your best answer, to guide you in a best manner, so that without doing too much hard work and still not getting the marks is, you know, useless actually. Okay, so if you know a proper structure, a proper path to follow, you will do smart work, you will do your hard work in a right way, and you will get the result which you desire. So this is just to help you get to your destination. Just one path. There are various paths that leads to one particular goal, that is IELTS good band. So you can follow any. This one is just the simplest form that you can get, and this will help you to construct your letter in a very simple manner, without worrying about too much vocabulary, too many linkers, what to include, what to omit. You don't have to worry about anything. Just follow the structure, write 50 words, and say goodbye to your part 1, because you need more time and more cognitive thinking in your essays. So this can be the simplest format. And after you have covered the three bullet points, do not forget to include the sign off, yours faithfully, yours sincerely, if you are writing the formal one. Hope to see you soon. Love and hugs. All the best. See you soon. Something for informal one, because they are your personal people, your known people, so you are going casual with them. But if it is formal, then you have to say you're sincerely, you're faithfully, you're obediently, and so on. Just like we used to write leave letter in our schools. You remember? So I request you to grant me 3 days leave. Your obediently, Miss Anshu. So we used to write such formal letters only in our school time. Now you need to get back to those days and learn how to write, your letters. So this is the 6-step structure. So how can you plan a letter? Okay, because you get only 20 minutes, and after that you need to complete this very soon. Many guides and mentors suggest that you should write your essay first and then go for your letters. However, that is also a good method you can choose, but I personally believe, after writing the exam, I would say, I personally believe that task 1 should be completed first, because you can complete it within 15 minutes as well, with proper guidance, in a good way. So you have extra 5 minutes, and that you can include and think about your essays. But if you write your essay first, and if you take more than 40 minutes, then you are going to mess your task 1. Okay, because in task 1 you will be in a hurry, and you will make silly mistakes like spelling mistakes, you will forget whom to write, you will make grammatical errors, that will become a mess or clumsy letter. So it's better to just finish your task 1 first, so that you can give complete focus on your task 2. But in order to do that, you need to have a proper planning, a proper structure, a proper plan in your mind as to how to move about doing it. Okay, so there is a 4-step planning. Okay, just 4 steps. Understand the topic, that is, to whom you are writing the letter and what is the purpose. Okay, then identify the 3 things, that is what you are going to include. Just a rough thing in near the bullet points. Okay, near the bullet points, just write the topic, just write the heading. Okay, so if the question was, what type of house do you need? Just write 2 bedroom, 1 bedroom, comma, ground floor, water and electricity facility. Just write it down quickly, so that you know that on these keywords I'm going to elaborate my 50-word paragraph. Okay, so these, and then after you have understood the question, you have understood the purpose, you have understood whom to write, and you have identified the keywords for the 3 bullet points, you're just going to generate ideas. So actually point 3 and point 4 are almost same, you need to do them together. Okay, so after getting the bullet points, we are just going to generate ideas and write beside that bullet point, so that when you are writing your essay, you can just look at the keywords and tuck tuck tuck, you can finish it off. Okay, so this should take, okay, so 5 minutes for planning and 10 minutes for writing. The last 5 minutes, either you can proofread it, or if you think you have done it while writing itself, just move on to your essays and save your 5 minutes and give extra 5 minutes to your essays. Okay, without planning, if you write your letter, you are going to get clumsy letter. Okay, because you may mismatch, you may misunderstood, or you may just write upside down your letter. First you will write second bullet point, then third bullet point, and this sometimes many students forget to write the last sign off. They just write yours obediently and then just move on to essay. After writing your obediently, you have to include the name. You have to put comma after dear sir, madam. You have to put comma or full stop after yours obediently. So these are very minute details that you need to take care of in your IELTS, or else you will definitely damage your band score. Okay, so coming back here, so what are the 4 steps in planning? Understand the topic, identify to whom you are writing, and then identify the 3 bullet points and just generate ideas and write beside those bullet points the keywords alone, so that while looking at the keywords, you can develop your paragraphs, the 3 paragraphs for the 3 bullet points. All, all right, let's see an example letter. Okay, so let's see the question. Okay, so here I have taken an example for apology letter. Okay, so let's see the parts. Okay, so if you look here, the question is, your neighbor has written to you to complain about the noise from your flat. Write a letter to your neighbor. Okay, in your letter, explain the reason, offer your neighbor an apology, tell them what action you take. So what is the topic here? The topic here is, your neighbor has written you to complain about the noise from your flat. Okay, so he has complained. So when someone complains, what we do? We apologize. So here is our keyword. Okay, so he has complained us that there is too much noise in our house, so we are going to write an apology. So this is our purpose. To whom we are going to apologize? To whom we are going to apologize? Write a letter to your neighbor. Write a letter. So this is the person whom we are going to write. Write to your neighbor. What we have to write? So this is our para 1. Okay, I am writing this letter with regards to the complaint that you made to me. I really want to apologize, blah blah blah, something. Okay, and then in the next 3 paragraphs, you are going to write these 3 bullet points. So explain the reason for the noise, why the noise has occurred, offer apology, tell them that you are very sorry for the noise and disturbance that has been caused. Tell them what action you will take. So what will you do? What remedies are you going to take to reduce that noise, so that the neighbors get a sound sleep maybe? Okay, so this is an example. You need to split it out. So while you're planning your letter, just write down what you are going to write. Explain the reason for the noise, something. Okay, uh, renovating the house or cleaning the backyard, something like that. Just write the key points here. Okay, key points. Just write the key points. While you're writing your essay, while you're writing your letter, you just look at these key points and try to elaborate them. You will have a very precise writing. Let's see the sample idea structure, or you can say, let's see the sample. Okay, so first you will write dear, that is the greeting. Okay, dear Mr. John, write the surname. Okay, dear Mr. John. So a neighbor is also a type of formal letter. It's better to go for type of formal letter because you are apologizing, so do not be too friendly. It is better to count it as formal, to be more apologetic and to sound much better. So dear Mr. John, dear Mr. Sam, something like that. Okay, give the greeting. After that, the paragraph 1 is the purpose, to apologize for the noise. I am writing this letter with regards to the complaint that you gave, something, something, something. Okay. I am really apologetic for that. So construct that. The paragraph 2 will be the explanation, that is your bullet point 1. Explain the reason for the noise. You can say having the kitchen renewed. As you know that I am having the kitchen renewed, that makes too much noise or that is too loud while constructing. Something like that. Explain. Your paragraph 3 will be your bullet point 2. Offer your neighbor an apology. Okay, say that you are sorry. I regret that the noise has disturbed you, or I regret that I have caused so much inconvenience to you and your family. Thus explain on that. Sound apologetic. Do not be too harsh. Always write a polite letter. Always choose words that are polite, not too harsh. Whether you are complaining or whether you are ordering anything, keep your letters in a polite tone. Do not be too harsh. Be polite. Use words please, kindly, request, apology, something. Okay? Use polite words. And your last paragraph will be what actions, what remedies you are going to take for that noise. So you can say, ask carpenter to be as quite to make this more convenient for you. I have asked the carpenters to be as quiet as possible. Additionally, I have paid them extra so that the job is finished sooner. Okay, so you just explain it that you have taken certain measures to reduce that noise, and after that of course sign off. So I look forward to helping you, or and again you can apologize. I again apologize for the inconvenience caused to you. Yours faithfully, Sam, something like that. Okay, so sign off with one single line. Okay, so this is the sample. Okay, write the greeting, write the purpose, the three paragraphs with three bullet points, and then a sign off. This is the simplest form in which you can write your letter. Okay, so how should you write greetings of a letter? This is also essential because you are going to start your letter with a greeting. So be clear that whatever you write according to the tone of the letter. Tone means whether it is formal or informal. If it is formal, use Dear Mr. John. If you know the person, the manager. Manager is a formal letter, but you see your manager daily. You know your manager. So you should not write sir or madam. You should write dear sir, dear madam only for the people whom you don't know. For application, when you are writing for a job application, you can write dear sir or madam because you don't know that person. You don't know who is the chairman or manager of that company till now. Okay, or if you are complaining to any shop, you don't know the manager is male, female, or who. You don't know them. So when you don't know a person, you use sir or madam. However, when you are writing to a person who is from the corporate world, who is from the professional side or the neighbor, you know them, then you should use their surname. Okay, so dear Mr. John, dear Mr. Smith, okay, dear Mrs. Jones, something like that. Okay, so you need to be clear whether you are writing to a known person or to unknown person in your formal letter. And it is very simple for informal. You can just say dear David, just take the name. And if you know the person, and if you are using a name that you actually have that person in your life, then it will be more, you know, clear, and it will be more attractive. If you know a person named Ram, or if you know a person named John, then use that word, dear John, because while talking to your own friend, your words will come out more fluently and it will be much better. So use a name which you know. So it is dear David today. Just write the name with dear. Dear John, dear Sam, dear Anshu, whatever. Okay. So this is the greeting for formal and informal letter. Okay. So what is the sign off? We have said hi. We have written all the purpose. Now we are going to say bye. So how should you say bye? Okay, so these are some ways in which you can end your formal letters. Okay, these are some ways in which you can end your formal letter. After writing the bullet point 3, this is just a single line phrase before you write your sign off, yours faithfully or yours sincerely. Okay, this is the sign off. I look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully, Anshu. I hope to hear from you in the near future. Yours sincerely, Anshu. I await your response eagerly. Yours faithfully, Anshu. I expect to hear from you soon. Yours faithfully, Anshu. Okay, so you write this letter and then you say yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours obediently, and then the name. Okay, so this is the way you do the sign off. You say bye in a letter for formal ones. As far as informal ones are related, you can be very easy and you can write anything. Okay, all the best, Anshu. See you soon, Anshu. Keep in touch, Anshu. No need to write yours sincerely or faithfully. That is not needed. You can just write all the best, Anshu. See you soon, Anshu. Keep in touch, Anshu. Lots of love, Anshu. Loves and hugs, Anshu. Okay, so you can just write these words and then add your name. That will be more than enough for the sign off of informal letters. Okay, so this was the easy 6-step structure to write a Band 7 Plus IELTS letters. Okay, in another video, we will cover each type of letters individually and we will see some of the very common vocabs and phrases that you can use to start, end, and write your letters. Okay, so keep watching, keep learning, and please practice because practice only will give you the best results that you can get. All the best.